After being knocked out of the Champions League, is anything left this season for Madrid? Can Liverpool still fight for the Premier League title, or is it going to be a wild goose chase? Should Barca aim for the treble? Can Juventus continue their unbeaten run in Serie A to become the Invincibles? Find out next. MCTV Sports 101 starts now. Hey there, soccer fans. Welcome to MCTV Sports 101. I'm Aditya Sahasrabudhe.
And I'm Austin C. Is Madrid's arrogance the reason behind their UCL and Copa del Rey exits? Was Ramos' decision to deliberately get a yellow card the display of confidence or hotness? AD?
Well, Austin, you ask if Madrid lost because of their arrogance. I'm going to say nope. They're not lose because they were arrogant. They lost because they weren't good enough. They lost potentially and arguably the world's best player in the world in the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane, who was an exemplary coach. And how do you expect a team, even Real Madrid, to win all the championships without those two people?
Without probably, as you said, probably one of the best players in the game right now.
Yes, and also one of the best managers.
Exactly.
So the thing is, losing in all those championships was imminent. But the thing is, pundits and audiences and everyone on social media are criticizing Real Madrid team for their arrogance, which wasn't the case. They lost it because they weren't good enough. Secondly, about Ramos's deliberate yellow card. It was a premeditated, pre-calculated risk. It was a gamble which did not pay off.
Oh, right.
Had it paid off, if Real Madrid would have won the second fixture against Ajax, everyone would have been happy. No one would have questioned Ramos or his decision, which they termed stupid.
Right.
But they did not win. And it's because they weren't good enough. Now, I believe that arrogance is something which you need to own. And Ramos has earned that arrogance, and so has Real Madrid.
Right.
They have been Champions League winners for the last 3 seasons. But here in this particular picture, they weren't arrogant. It was a calculated risk which did not pay the results. What do you think?
I'm going to have to agree with you on that. I think that he made a very calculated risk. Had it paid off, everyone would have been cheering on it. But sadly, that did not go both his way or Real Madrid's way. So, I mean, it's just how the cards fall, I guess. So.
That's right. Barca defeated current UCL champions Real Madrid again. Does this good form guarantee Barca has chances to win the treble? Austin, what do you think?
I think this beating Real Madrid twice, who you pointed out are 3-time consecutive UCL championship, I think it's a great. They have a great chance to win the treble, and I have 4 reasons for that. Number 1 is Lionel Messi.
Okay.
He's been relatively hot this season. I mean, 50th hat trick this year. He did not score the goal in the 1-0 win against Real Madrid, but he is a team player, so
But he's a human. He cannot score in all the matches.
No, as much as we would like him to. But right. So that's number 1 is is Messi. The second reason is Dembele.
Ousmane Dembele.
Yeah,
the young striker. Oh, he's amazing.
I mean, they just paid 105 million euro for him. Won the World Cup with France. Also scored the game winner in the Spanish Cup. However, he does have a little bit of inconsistency, or I wouldn't say consistency because he's a great player, but troublesome attitudes off the
field. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so I mean, got fined about a total of 100,000 euro for off the field antics.
So is that the reason why you think Barcelona can't win the treble, or they're going to lose it because of?
No, well, that was it early on when he was with Barcelona after the World Cup. Now he's getting that hot streak back on. He's starting to regain his hotness. The third reason is the team is very balanced. They just recently got Arthur from Germio, I believe is it?
And the Brazilian league team.
Yeah, that's the Brazilian league, and also other teams are slowly falling off. So
in the likes of Real Madrid, Atletico, Juventus. So obviously we know that only one team can win the Champions League.
Yeah.
And the league fixtures. I mean, Copa del Rey and La Liga.
Yeah.
And even I believe that Barcelona can be one of those teams which can win the treble, or Manchester City. So it's going to be between Manchester or Barcelona.
Don't forget, Barcelona is the only team to win it twice.
That's right.
Liverpool are no more at the top of the table. Did complacency creep in the Liverpool dressing room? Is there a chance Liverpool's dreams of winning the Premier League can come true? AD?
Well, I don't think it was complacency which creeped in. It was the form of Liverpool. I mean, they have been playing for the last couple of days consecutively, and their fixtures haven't been easy. They had a draw against Everton, which is a great team, and people were expecting them to win, but it's not easy to win every match in Premier League because we know how competitive Premier League is.
Right.
On the other hand, if you talk about Mo Salah, one of their best strikers, which they have currently in their team, he hasn't scored a lot of goals in the last 7 games. He has only scored once. So we do know that he has that dip in form. And with the strikers not scoring, who is responsible to score? How are they going to win if they do not score, which happened against Everton? Salah had great chances, great 1v1 chances against the Everton goalkeeper, but he just could not score. And it's perfectly fine. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Even the best players in the world sometimes miss or miscue shots. And it happened that night against Everton. And I believe it's not the case of complacency, but it's just that Liverpool weren't good enough that day. What about you?
I'm going to have to agree with you. I did not watch the full game, but I did watch some of the highlights, and both teams played extremely well. I mean, it was 0-0 all the way through. Both Liverpool and Everton had some probably good or fantastic shots on goal, but I mean, both teams played well. But you are correct. If those strikers are not connecting to those goals, then
how are they going to win? That's right.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They have lost 2 points in the last match as they drew against Everton. If this streak continues, if they continue to drop points, Premier League is still going to be a dream for Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%.
After Arsenal dropped 2 points against Tottenham on March 2nd, they are sitting in the 5th spot. Did Arsenal deserve the win, Austin?
I think Arsenal deserved to win that game. They had huge chances on goals. It did end in a 1-1 draw. But, I mean, you had Ramsey, who scored in the 16th minute to give Arsenal a 1-up lead on Tottenham. And it stayed like that all the way till about the 74th minute where...
Before they messed up. That's right. Before they messed up and Aubameyang scored for the other side.
Well, yes, Kane did score. But, I mean, you got to give the man credit. He is 6 for 6 in his last 6 attempts on penalty kicks. So he is he is perfect when it comes to that. But, I mean, you also had a couple players get some cards. There were a lot of cards in that game. I think in total 5 yellow and 1 red. And the 1 red going to a Torreira.
That's right.
I apologize for butchering names. I'm not that good. But I mean that wasn't a 95th minute, so it really didn't matter. But Arsenal also had a penalty shot as well going into the 90th minute of that game by Amphiang or
it's
yeah, he's laughing and I'm terrible. So I apologize.
Aubameyang, I'm sorry.
Aubameyang?
Yes, that's
right. Okay,
right.
Aubameyang, who did miss the penalty kick, but even after that, Arsenal still made a shot on goal that was tremendously blocked by Tottenham. So Tottenham stayed in that game as best they could and ended it in a tie. So
I believe that Arsenal actually deserved to win, but they squandered all their chances.
Yeah.
I mean, to miss a penalty in the 90th minute when you are 1-1, it's something unacceptable.
Yeah.
So they missed their chances and they dropped the points.
Yeah.
That's it.
It is what it is. Juventus were fortunate to register a narrow 2-1 win against Napoli. With this form, can they still qualify for the quarterfinal of the Champions League? AD? Also, can they become the Invincibles?
Whoa, you have asked a lot of questions. Can they win the Champions League? Can they be the Invincibles? It's I won't be saying it's impossible, but it's improbable because the kind of form Juventus is in. I mean, they are winning games. They are undefeated in Serie A. But the thing is, they're not playing as they are supposed to. If you don't provide chances to your strikers, if you don't provide balls to the wingers that you have in your team, how are you going to score?
Right.
That's what I said when we were talking about Liverpool. You have to provide balls to Salah and those strikers. And in this case, you have to provide ball. You have to give position to Cristiano Ronaldo, otherwise he's not going to score.
Right.
And then you are going to argue that he's unable to score. But the thing is, Juventus midfield is unable to provide those good balls to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right.
As a result, he's unable to score, which we saw in a match against Atletico Madrid where they were humbled 2-0. They couldn't do anything. And now they have to score 3 goals to win the second fixture of the Champions League round of 16.
Right.
And it's highly improbable to register a win against Atletico
in that fashion.
In that fashion, in a 3-0 victory. That is highly improbable because in the entire Europe, Atletico Madrid is one of the best teams to sit on a 2-goal cushion. And talking about being invincible, it is again improbable, but the thing is, it's more likely to be invincibles than win the Champions League this season because Syria is relatively easy as compared to UCL.
Right.
Champions League is, I mean, it's damn arduous to win Champions League, and that's the reason why Juventus could not win the Champions League in the last attempts which they had.
Right, but that's also why they brought Ronaldo in to try to help him push through.
Well,
through
that's
to
what
the Champions
that's what
League.
Juventus have brought Ronaldo for. But can Ronaldo deliver? It's only a matter if the midfield provides good positions and good balls to Ronaldo.
Yeah, 100%. Well, now it's time for Who You Got. Tomorrow, Juventus plays Udinese. AD, who do you have?
I have Juventus, although they are not firing on all cylinders, but considering they are against Udinese, I believe that they are going to win.
I also have Juventus as well. I think they did win 2-1 against Napoli, so I think they're firing on all cylinders, and it's going to be a good game.
Cool. Manchester City hosts Watford this Saturday. Austin, who you got?
I've got Manchester City on this one. I think they're on a hot streak. They just got top of the Premier League, so I think they're going to keep that streak going and try to pull away from the rest of the pack.
That's right. They cannot lose any points because even a single slip will allow Liverpool to go back to the top of the table.
Right.
And obviously, if you look at the opponents, they are Watford. They lost final against Liverpool, so obviously it's going to be another thrashing which is going to come for them.
Yeah, that's going to be a sad one. Coming Sunday, Liverpool faces Burnley. AD, who do you have?
It's going to be Liverpool all over the place. Because the thing is, they have already lost 2 points, and they're not going to reiterate the same mistakes which they did in the first place against Everton.
Right.
So they are going to win this match.
Yeah.
How about you?
I've also got Liverpool in this one as well.
And why do you think so?
I mean, they did tie.
Against Everton?
Yeah, against Everton. I'm sorry. They tied against Everton, but I mean, they had tremendous shots on goals. I think this is the game that they connect on those shots. So.
Cool. Well, let's see. It's Arsenal versus Manchester United. Austin, who you got?
I've got Arsenal, and the reason for that is, they should. Let's be real. We both watched that game. They should have won that game. I mean, 90th minute penalty shootout. That's the game decider right there. So, but I think they're going to look at this, come back and beat Manchester United to get back into that fourth.
But Manchester yesterday won 3-0 against PSG. If I'm not wrong, it was 3-1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But they did win 3-1 against PSG and knocked them out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Don't you think that boost of confidence is going to allow them to win against Arsenal?
If you're looking at Manchester United, I think it's going to help them out a lot. But you also got to look at Arsenal's perspective. They believe, and certainly I believe, that they should be in the top 4, and they're going to try to go after that to try to make the Champions League for next season.
Well, the thing is, if they have to finish in top 4, they have to beat Manchester United,
Yeah.
irrespective of the conditions and the situations. So let's see.
All right. Chelsea plays Wolves. AD, who do you got?
It's a 4-horse battle between Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Manchester United to enter the top 4, which is
Right.
not going to be easy. We all
Right.
know it. So if Chelsea is trying to aim for the top 4 spot, so they have to win this match. Otherwise, they are kicked out.
I do agree with you on that. However, in the last meeting between these two teams, Wolves beat Chelsea 2-1, and I think the same thing is going to happen. I think Wolves are going to come in and beat Chelsea again.
Well, let's see what happens.
We will see.
Well, that's what we have for this week's edition of MCTV Sports 101. Join us next week for more stories. I'm Aditya Sahasrabudhe.
And I'm Austin C.
Woo! You got it right. See you next week.